So now we'll do the duplicate thing and make the glass panels. Remember, the only thing we're doing different is just feeding in different data. We're doing the glass panels into another set of panels. We just call them glass panels. And then ultimately, we've got to then feed that into an output to Revit, which we assign, in this case, it'll be glass instead of color 2, with the direct shape by geometry. And we'll just copy that down. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Back over to here, let's go ahead now and, group all of these. I'm going to group these. And I'll call this solid panels. And that's already set up for solid panels. And I'll do copy and paste. Change its color. Glass panels. And we're going to feed in now glass for our length. And those will only be a value if there is a panel going to be constructed there. And we can go ahead and run that, and we should actually fill up with all solid panels now in the preview. And these ones that aren't showing up are errors, and I'm not exactly sure why that's happening. And I'm not going to go through probably in this lab and troubleshoot it. But important to note, you see all these warnings that are coming up. They're coming up because we're actually getting 0 values in here now. So it's nothing to be worried about that we see these warning signs. It just means that it can't create a panel there because the panel has no thickness to it. All right, so now we need to do the output to Revit. So I'm going to grab the output up here and just do a copy and paste. And actually, I'll put them all in the same definition. So what I'll do is I'm going to first drag this solid in for the geometry of this one. And then I'll grab, let's see if I can grab these. I want to edit inside of this, so I'm just doing a copy and paste now, and then I'm going to try and include all of these into the group. Oops. Not what, actually, I'm going to just, maybe that's cumbersome the way I did it anyway, so let's just do a copy and paste another output to Revit. And then instead of putting in the geometry for the solid panels, we'll put in the glass ones. And then I'll just change this to glass. And glass is a known definition inside of Revit, so we don't have any problem with that. And then let's go ahead and run this. And this might take a minute because we're actually going out to Revit. And there we have it completed. So we have our solid panels. We have these missing panels, which I have no solution for right at the moment. I don't know if that's a memory management issue, but if we zoom in here, we can actually see how we do different thickness of solid panels and actually different thicknesses of glass panels. So that pretty well takes us to what the tedious portion of me working through the ideas of bringing data into Dynamo and then trying to manipulate it to get certain kinds of output. And so the last thing I'll do is I'll put together a little clip of what I would think the minimum final presentation of your work would be, which looks similar to what I showed you in the very beginning.